By phone, Sidney Powell. She is General Michael Flynn's attorney, former federal prosecutor, filing a motion today to dismiss. Sid, it's great to have you with us on the broadcast. Tell us the basis of the motion to dismiss now, and I'm afraid we all have a sense, at least, of why it's necessary, and also, amazingly, that it is necessary at all, given what has become a phenomenon in the court system in Washington, D.C.
Yes, well, the government originally moved to dismiss the case on May 7th with a 100-page filing that included 80 pages of exculpatory evidence not previously produced to the defense, and that shows General Flynn is innocent. There was no crime ever by him, and the government made up the basis to, quote, investigate him and everything else, and falsified the 302 report of their interview of him. So it's been a disaster from the get-go. It never should have been brought as a prosecution, much less an investigation. And now we have an additional 40 pages of documents just produced to us late last night by the government, finally pried out of the FBI, extricated like trying to pull a wisdom tooth, apparently. And it shows even more evidence that the agents knew they were making it up, to the point that they sought professional liability insurance for themselves, realizing they would be sued if anybody ever found this. They made a comment about, boy, if this is ever FOIA, meaning produced under the Freedom of Information Act, there are going to be an awful lot of questions to answer. I mean, it's one comment after the other that shows they knew they were playing games with General Flynn's life, and they did that and have done that for 4 years.
Well, I guess the expression correctly here again, when we talk about the politically corrupt FBI and the Justice Department and what they have done to General Flynn, his family, is damn their hides. The fact that one agent texted effectively an admission that he had a conscience, he just had overcome it, is certainly insufficient. What is to be done now? You can't get justice in that court system in D.C. The appellate court is rigged. They're political skunks. They've got the whole system rigged. They would just as soon crush General Flynn's life and that of his family as sit upon their little perches with black robes. They are an outrage. They are a disgrace to the nation. What in the world are we to do?
Well, Judge Sullivan's going to have to dismiss this case with prejudice. If he doesn't, the Supreme Court will, because it's an absolute appalling travesty of justice. And the court has only exacerbated it by its baseless and unprecedented rulings.
Unprecedented rulings, and knowing full well that all they were doing was continue to persecute General Flynn and his family, and to do so that he was an innocent man from the very beginning. And do you know what else? Sidney, I'd like to get your opinion on this. I really think the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice, should be ashamed of himself for letting this go on as it has. I think it's outrageous what he has permitted, and there's no way to hold him accountable. But I have to say, I think so little of this man now, it's impossible to express. Your thoughts?
Well, there is a Judicial Ethics Commission and a way to seek and file grievances against federal judges. In fact, any member of the public can do it. And there may be plenty of reason to do that coming up, if not already.
Yeah, does not the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court have the capacity, the power, and the authority, and indeed the responsibility to reach into a court when it is serving everything but justice?
Well, generally, as Justice Ginsburg wrote in a unanimous decision for the Supreme Court just a week or so before Judge Sullivan started this abusive process, judges are not supposed to sally forth looking for wrongs to right. They wait for the litigants to bring the issues to them. So if Judge Sullivan doesn't grant this motion to dismiss with prejudice, as must be done according to all existing legal precedent, we will take it immediately to the Supreme Court.
Sidney Powell, it's great to have you with us. We thank you so much, and we wish you, of course, the best of luck and all the best to General Flynn, his family, and again, to those sitting on the court in D.C., you're an embarrassment to this nation and almost every value we hold dear.